Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Shotgun Shogun, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back. Today we're going to be delving into one of the most toxic communities, short of the. No, we're not talking about Genshin Impact, boys. We're talking about the continuing KR drama that is going on with Epic 7, because it got worse. I didn't think it could get worse, but it got worse. And for those of you who didn't watch my hour-and-a-half long video yesterday, I'll give you the TLDR right now. Hoes mad. They mad. Hook times 7. But yeah, I'm over here on the KR forums because I wanted to see exactly what they were saying through Google Translate, because I'm tired of Reddit threads and people throwing around, well, this is what a KR player told me. I want to see it directly from them, at least the vocal ones here. And it's pretty toxic, man. Not only did they review bomb the game days after the developers put out a big announcement that were like, hey, we understand, we're looking into how to fix this, but you know, because it wasn't done within 24 hours, that just wasn't fast enough for them. So they had to review bomb the game. And I actually don't think that it's the majority, honestly. Now, I'm going to lump all of you KR players into the same community, because honestly, for those of you who are not toxic, for those of you who do actually like the game, for those of you content creators who are happy and enjoy the game, you need to rein in your fucking community, because they are really toxic. And for those of you who are new to the game, who are maybe not day one players, I'm gonna just bring up a story. Right now, early on in the game, we did have a lot of problems. Like year one, not really the best in terms of games. Now, I still enjoyed it, but there were a lot of problems. The KR community, very mad. They were mad about a lot of things. They were mad that we got Luna on pity when they didn't. They were mad anytime that Global got anything that they got at like an accelerated pace. There was the era of ML Ball and Sezin and ML Araminta, Silverblade Araminta. Now, this was a very dark time if you were an arena player, because if you'd had these, it was pretty much a guaranteed win, unless you had, you know, Papega IQ, which, you know, if anybody wants to hear a funny story about that, just ask me about it when I'm streaming. It'll be good times. But what came of this? A lot of people were mad. A lot of people were big mad with the state of the game, all that stuff. So they had a big summit over in Korea where they brought forth the brightest and the best minds of the game, content creators. They were going to fix the game. And what came out of that? No nerfs and ML selectors, and no Moonlight Pity. Now, the problem with nerfs is that people who have said unit are mad that they're no longer overpowered, because, well, they've been brain dead using that unit to just win over people who don't have that unit. And they think that any reduction in power makes the unit literally unusable. So being Smilegate and being a young mobile game in a very competitive market, they decided that, well, we need to give out as much stuff as humanly possible to quell the community. That was a mistake, because now you set a precedence. Because now, even if you change a unit, even if it doesn't reduce their power in any way, shape, or form, take Alencia, take CDOM, for example, literal kits did not change. CDOM was just wording, it was a comma, and Alencia was just a misinterpretation of how the unit actually functioned. Refunds, recalls, selectors, you name it. People were big mad. Were big mad about those. And the more that they dug themselves into that hole, the harder it was to get out. Now, we have not had real nerfs since what ML Ballin says in an Araminta, really. Caesarito wasn't a nerf because it just wasn't intended to function that way. When units are not intended to function a certain way and they find a bug, that's not a nerf. Caesarito was not intended to ignore effect resist on his S2, as much as I would love it to happen. Regardless, there's been no nerfs. And why? Because if there was a nerf, selector. I personally think that all they should do is give a recall. Give me back my dogs, give me back my molas, give me back my catalysts, and I'm good. Now you'll be like, but Shogun, what about the people who spent money on that unit? Just because a unit has reduced power does not in any way, shape, or form mean that unit is no longer viable at all. I personally think that, you know, when people think of nerfs, they think of literally destroying said unit and making it so that it never will be used ever again. Not only that, but in the terms of service, it literally tells you that they can change whatever they want whenever they want. Now people come in and be like, but there's laws against that. That's not true. If anybody can cite those laws, please let me know. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that most countries that have laws against gacha games and stuff like that don't have access to the game. That's the reason why you can't play it there. Now, the loot boxes, gacha systems, that's a whole other topic that I don't really want to get into on this video, because we're here to talk about how toxic the Korean player base is. They are one of the most disgusting player bases that I think I have ever ran into in a game, mostly because I don't play Genshin Impact. But the fact that they have wanted this game to die from day one. At that summit that I was talking about earlier, their way to fix the game was to shut it down and just refund everybody. That was one suggestion. You can look it up. It's real. They have had it out for this game since day one. Nothing that Smilegate has ever done has been met with praise from the Korean community. Now, again, I lump all of you into one, because we only see the worst of your people. If you want to change the perspective of the general populace, then you guys need to come out and tell these toxic people to shut up, which is what a lot of global people do. It's not reasonable, because let me just point out, I made 25 Google accounts. I created 25 Google accounts. If you create 10 Google accounts with one device, you can make up to 5 more. By adding the previous number after that, you can't create any accounts with the same number for a few weeks. You've literally got a person down here. My phone is blocked, so I mass-produced IDs with my company's computer. If 100,000 people don't like your game and it's organic, you've got a problem. If a couple thousand people hate your game, but they're making 25 accounts each, that is not organic and that is not real, and you're being disingenuous and you're being a piece of trash. If you do this, you are garbage, because no matter what they do, they could bend over backwards to fix everything that these 3 people want. They will never go back on all those accounts that they created and 5-star that game. Never. Not only that, but as a matter of fact, they probably don't even really play the game in the first place. I'm just going to throw that out there. A lot of the things that I've seen on Reddit, on wherever, have been people that are like, I quit the game, I did this, you know, I haven't played the game in a couple of months. Then why are you complaining about this? If you don't play the game, if you quit the game, If you just don't like it, go do something else. Like, go do something else. Don't ruin my game because you're big mad. That's just really what it is. But this isn't this isn't even the worst part right here, because how to report a YouTube channel. Now, this is the bulk of what the video is. I know I've been talking for a while. You got here, thank you. If you know me, you know that I'm gonna rant about stuff for a while, get stun locked, get moved all around. But regardless, this is a tutorial on how to report a YouTube channel. Go to their official channel. Go to the information tab under the main banner. Click the flag icon under the statistics here on the right. Click report user at the bottom. Now, this is the part that gets me, and I'm going to get a little turd, so be ready. Select the reason for reporting. This game's company hit users in the back. I'm going to assume that Google Translate didn't translate backstabbed the users. So they chose spam and scams, but other reasons are okay. The strongest seems to be spam, fraud, hate, and malicious violence. If you report this YouTube for malicious violence, you are a piece of shit. You are a literal garbage human being. If you false flag this YouTube channel for hate or malicious violence, you are not somebody who loves the game and wants this game to do better. You're not. Because nobody who loves the game and wants it to do better would false flag a YouTube channel for malicious violence and hate. You are a trash human being. And if you want to unsub to me, if you disagree with that and you think I'm being overreacting because some people are false flagging a YouTube channel for malicious violence, go screw yourself and unsubscribe to me right now, because you're not a person whose opinion I think is valid. If you are a content creator for Korea and you see stuff like this, you should call this out, because if not, you're just as bad. This is trash. This is garbage action, and you're shit. You actually literally don't deserve to play this game. If this is where you're going, you do not care about this game at all, because this is not the type of action somebody who cares about something takes. I'm just gonna be straight up. And don't even bother arguing with me in the comment section, because you're wrong. You are literally wrong right here. Choose a video to report. This guy pressed all of them. Every single video. Wow. Every one of them has malicious violence and scams. Write additional information. Success. We've literally got people down here super excited. You're gonna block the live broadcast too? Ha ha ha. Already done it. Completion. Yeah. This is toxic. This is garbage behavior, and I do not condone this. And if you condone this, you are just as bad. If you think that this is good, and I'll put this out there too. I'll put this out here too, because I've seen this comment a lot, and this comment gets on my nerves too. And people be like, ha 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 ha, just let them burn it down. We get free stuff. Really? Really? That's the stance you're going with? Because I'll tell you right now, these guys don't know what they want. They don't know how to fix it. They just want to bitch. If any one of them actually ever came out with like a really good, well thought out, and I've seen some posts that I agree with, when people are like, these are the changes that I would make. But when you're mad that Arbiter Vildred got a RTA skin because it's a dude, yeah, fuck out of here with that. If you're mad because they just put in ML 4-star pity that you literally don't have to take part of, then fuck off. Do I think that you can go through the video yesterday? I talked about the ML 4-star pity and how I think it's too expensive anyways. When they put in optional quality of life that you do not have to take part in, and you do shit like this, you're a piece of trash. So KR community, do better. Stop being trash and rein your people in, because you need to. If you do care about this game, even in the slightest, yeah, it has problems. They're addressing it. They put out the dev notes. Anybody who thinks that that shit's going to get fixed in like a day or two, you're stupid. You are stupid. Stop. Stop it. Stop.